everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to review a new foundation that I've been testing, and I thought I would share me applying it on camera and so you can see how it applies and get my thoughts on it. It is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I purchased the shade 180, and I've tried a few things from Fenty Beauty, which I've enjoyed, but I haven't tried their foundations yet. I've heard kind of mixed reviews, mostly positive things, but kind of, some mixed reviews. So I was anxious to try it out myself. 180 is, I kind of just guessed online looking at the shades, and it's quite yellow, which I don't really mind because I can get a little bit of red. And sometimes I kind of like the way when I wear foundations that are too pink or too peachy, sometimes it can look, I don't know, it makes me look a little too orange. So sometimes I like things with a little more of a yellow undertone. My undertone, I think, is a little more neutral, but it's a little yellow. I at first thought the shade was a really good match, and I'm looking at it in the mirror here, and I was like, actually, I tried it on for a few days in a row, and I thought the shade was a good match at first, and it is when I first apply it. And then about an hour later, it oxidizes big time. And that's what really, unfortunately, made me dislike the foundation so much, because it oxidized so quickly, and it got a full shade darker and slightly, not orange, but I looked like I was wearing a weird shade of bronzer with it. So it gives pretty good coverage. As you can see, kind of covers any imperfections, any redness, and it leaves my skin not too flat, but not dewy at all, because it's supposed to be a matte foundation. However, I like the coverage, and I think the key with this, because it is quite intense coverage, I think the key is using just a small amount. I did 1 or 2 pumps here, and I just tried to be as, not pack it on too heavy. You can kind of build it up in areas that you want a little more coverage. But for the first few days that I tried it, I found that it was, I first applied a good amount of it because I really want to see the coverage, and it was way too heavy. Like by the end of the day, I was like, I'm wearing a mask. First of all, the color's off completely. And secondly, it just looked awful by the end of the day because it was too much coverage. So I tried using less and less and less. And I think that's definitely the key, is less is more with this foundation, and just build up in areas that you need. I definitely think that I didn't have too much oil breakthrough, so it would be good for someone. I don't know if it would be good for someone with super oily skin, because I did still see some, so you may need to use like a setting powder or a mattifying primer or something. I think it could work well as for drier skin types, though, because by the end of the day, I did see it pulling and it was looking a little bit cakey. I think if you have exceptionally dry skin, this probably would not work. Maybe if you mix it with like a face oil. The rest of my makeup is done, but as I was applying the rest of my makeup, I began to see a little bit of separation on my forehead right here. Oh, that's not good. Overall, sadly, it's not a win for me. Between the oxidation part, that it gets super dark and almost oxidizes like 1 to 2 shades darker, and the fact that it does pull apart by the end of the day, even like I just applied my makeup and it's already beginning to pull apart, that just makes it, sadly, not a win for me. Also, by the end of the day, it looked very makeup-y. I mean, I got a good maybe 5 to 6 hours out of it, but after that, it began to look like I was wearing a lot of makeup. And also the fact that if I apply just a hint too much, it will be very, very heavy. And that was a little frustrating. I would love to know if you've tried it and what your thoughts are. After my experience with this, I'm a little hesitant to try the concealer because I know a lot of people have been raving about that. and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know, maybe it's just a little too heavy for me, I gotta think about it. But if you have tried it, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your skin type and how you felt it wore and what shade you are. Like I said, I'm wearing shade 180. Definitely, if you are close to my skin tone, go down 1 or 2 shades if you are looking to try it. Okay, I will link the foundation below as well as all the rest of my makeup that I did. I put on my Natasha Denona Gold palette, which I just was like my best of beauty, and it is one of the best palettes still. I absolutely love it. I will link everything down below, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.